Hi and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers on the Abandoned House Review, the first one we've done together.
Yeah.
You know what? The thing is, it would make so much more sense to do these together because there's two of us. The only downside is I haven't brought my microphone, so the sound's not going to be great. But next time I come, I'll have a microphone in the middle here and we'll be fine.
Okay. That's right, then.
But the Abandoned House Reviews are good because you forget half the stuff that happens, and then when you look
Forget
back,
half the explorers that have happened.
the amount of times I've said when somebody's asked me about a video, what happened on this one, I'm like, I don't even remember which one it was because they all blur
Yeah,
into
because
one.
you sent me one, didn't you, about this guy's asked about this Pink Panther or something, or whatever it was, on top of a door.
Oh yeah, and I've sort of got a small memory of it, but
I have, but I couldn't tell you where it were or when it were.
No, exactly. Because we've been, there's over 700 videos on this channel now. And I'd say a good 500 of those are exploring videos. So 500 places to remember all of them is almost impossible. So the one we're looking back at today is actually Romania, which, how long ago is that?
3, 4 years?
2020, weren't it? Wasn't it 2020? Well, COVID.
COVID, yeah.
Yeah, but it would be before a COVID outbreak. Because
Was it after the first lockdown?
I don't know now.
Which would be late 2020.
Yeah, it could have been late 2020.
Because lockdown came in March, April time.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm trying to think when I had COVID, but I had COVID once after we went to London, and that's when it first came out, weren't it? I don't mean like in shops. Like,
Yeah.
come and buy your COVID. But yeah, when we were in London and we did that in that worst hotel ever,
Yeah.
then just after that, I caught it. Or I think probably in that hotel, to be fair. So then it must have been after that first... Although I thought we went to Italy then. Because maybe that Italy was the year after. Which did we do first?
The year after. We did Romania first, then Italy.
Right. So Romania...
Because you were that ill coming back, we didn't think they were going to let you onto the plane.
I know, it was horrendous. Anyway, so we start off outside the building for a change. Usually we start exploring once we get in there, but with this one, it was so much of an effort to get in, wasn't it? Like, you had to go up that rickety metal ladder up the side of the building. Hi, and welcome back to a very nervy Finders Beepers History Seekers. Look at the concern on his face. You're not happy about this at all. So we are at a massive abandoned institute, and the way-in is just ridiculous. We've already had to brave a load of dogs, a security guard. We've been stopped twice, and we've managed to still get back in here. But we need to hurry up and get inside. Now I'm going to show you straight away where we've got to go. Right, so this is the back of the building. We've got to go up this ladder and then somehow get from there, Jesus, window's banging, somehow get from that ladder through that window. I thought we had to go right onto the roof, and Andy were like, I ain't doing that.
Not doing it now.
I keep hearing noises, me.
It's bad enough trying to stretch to there.
It's going to be hard, innit? We'll give it a go. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Because you're more supple than me. If I can't do it, then we're screwed anyway. And you 100% did not want to do that.
No, because there was no guard round it, and I thought we had to get up onto the roof.
Yeah.
And it was rusty. It was coming away front wall.
It was really bad.
No, not doing it. Not doing it. I was adamant, not doing it.
Exactly. And the thing is, because we didn't think about the window to start with, we just thought straight up onto the roof. And then we noticed the window that was open on the right. But it wasn't just the case of, like, you climbed up the ladder and then the window was here. It was a full leg stretch. To get from one to the other. And I'm shit at the best of times getting through windows. So getting through a window off a ladder, holding on like this, I can remember my arm shaking because it was just ridiculous. But it took us a while to find that. Like, we knew that there was security.
Yeah.
So
because we'd gone to the front of the building, hadn't we? And he went, no, go away.
Yeah.
No photos.
Yeah. And then we went round the side to where all the little fences and stuff were. And we ended up having to climb over a side fence, didn't we? And going through there. And wandered round for quite a long time first.
Lucky we didn't get caught before we went in.
I know.
Right, we're in. I'm checking. That was scary. So basically, I've had to climb up that ladder, step onto this, and step over. But this gap here is a good, 4 foot or something?
Easy.
And it's scary. But we're in.
It's banging.
It's proper stress. This is the one we knew we were going to have lots of issues with. So, but look at these stairs straight away.
So yeah, we're at the top of the ladder. I can't remember who went in first. Did you go in first, and then did you help me get in, or did I just have to struggle? I can't remember.
I think I grabbed your arm to stabilise him a little bit.
Do you know what? Looking back now, like after 2 years, because it's 2 years since you've been on the channel exploring.
Yeah.
Which is mad. I can't believe it's 2 years. It literally is 2 years this month as well. Because it was just before
July, yeah.
We did that explore that then we got threatened we couldn't use.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring it out until maybe August, September time, when it had all calmed down. But it was June, the last explore you came on with me. So for the last 2 years, all those times when you've had to help me do things I've had to do on my own, and it made me realise how much you did, like helping me through windows. Like, you've actually physically carried me like that before. I don't know why.
I don't know how.
I'm fucking no, a lot lighter then, that's why, but
Now a lot heavier.
a lot stronger.
Yeah.
I bet I could beat you in arm wrestle these days.
Could beat me anyway.
Well, yeah, true. No, but it were always close between me and you for arm wrestles, weren't it? Sure it were.
No, we had one in Belgium. He absolutely flattened out with that bright red face.
I am good at arm wrestling, to be fair. But yeah, once we got in, the place just shocked me a little bit because it didn't look like I expected it to look at all. It was a weird building because a lot of it was quite almost clinical. Because
I'd only seen one photo of that place, and that was the stairs.
The stairs were...
Anything else I didn't see.
We'll come to the stairs in a bit. The stairs were the highlight of the explore.
Yeah.
But when we first got in there, I was a bit worried that it was going to be a bit shit.
Trashed.
Yeah, because there were a lot of corridors and a lot of rooms with sort of not really much in them. Like bits of plastic and a chair here and there.
Oh, it's all a bit shaky in here as well. Floors are a bit weird. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's under a water tank. Look at this. What's that noise?
Window, I think.
Sounds like a bird.
But then you got all the what it scientific
Scientific stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't
Some
medical, was it?
Government and stuff like that, weren't it?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like medical stuff, though, was it? It was more testing of something. But I don't know what.
I can't remember it were now.
No, but it was. I'd love to go back and scan a lot of the documents. Like we didn't do that back then. I do that now a little bit. I'll do because
Your translator.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do these days than it was even only 4 years ago or whatever, 5 years ago. So I would like to have gone and checked up on what it was, but we still got the general gist of stuff, but I just don't remember what it is now.
No, I can't remember.
What's this?
Pot and it's heavy.
I know. Is it like a cauldron? Do you rest something on the side there?
I used to have a lid on it and put some tubes in.
Maybe. That's odd.
I'm not a scientist.
I'm
I've
not.
never been into science at all.
No.
Fries me head.
What are these? What's this in here? Come here. Looks like amber.
Who's Amber?
Look.
Like a brain.
Doesn't it look like a chunk of, like chunks of amber and stuff though, that? Underneath. Look at the colour of that. Just be careful because you don't know if it's poisonous.
No.
That's the thing.
I'm just wiping my fingers quickly.
Isn't it? It's a little... But what would you put in there?
Something that needs firing to a really hot temperature.
Well, I know that. I know how kilns work.
It's only small though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not a very big hole.
No.
Which is usually your favourite sort. Rectal probe.
Yeah, I remember us thinking, what the hell is this? We'd like pick something up. There was some sort of like cauldron or something with little bits in the side to put something in.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, what the hell is this for? Like, there were loads of stuff in there that I had just no idea what it was for at all. I think, like medical stuff, you can pretty much work it out based on...
test tubes and stuff like that, you can,
Yeah.
There were some test tubes which were about this big, I think, weren't
Yeah, they were crazy. But I don't know. I don't think it helped that, like, in some of the rooms, the whole ceiling had just fallen off.
Yeah.
And it was just on the floor. So a lot of stuff had been destroyed anyway, or you get half or something, or whatever. But I just think it was a weird place. You could imagine it being part of, like... Romania wasn't part of the Soviet Union, was it?
I don't know if were Romania part of the Soviet Union.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No. But you could I could almost imagine it being some sort of like Soviet...
Biological warfare.
Yeah,
type
that
thing.
sort of thing. That's what it sort of feels like in my head a little bit. But I think because it were one of the first places. I know we'd been to Russia. When did we go to Russia? Before or after that? After. So really, it was the first non-normal country. I know that sounds weird, but like you think of France, Germany, Holland, Spain as normal countries that you would just go to as a holiday or whatever. Romania's not really somewhere you would go. It sort of is, like to like Dracula's castle and stuff, but it's not a normal destination.
Beachy type place.
Exactly. So to go somewhere like that, we were very much out of our comfort zone, I think.
And we didn't know what the authorities were going to be like here, did we?
And it's a language that you can, like French and Spanish and stuff, you can kind of work out what they're on about. Romanian, you cannot. So you get stopped by somebody and it's scary. Do you know what I mean? The building itself looked a bit freaky. There was dogs barking everywhere. There was some in the building next door, weren't there?
Yeah.
But we saw from Romania, they were everywhere. They were like...
It was dog central, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, you see a lot of people that bring... Well, Dan did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they do it officially, don't they? They bring dogs over from Romania. Because you wouldn't believe... That place we went to, where there was that massive, like, compound of 10,000 dogs barking.
Barking like mad. Then there was that bloody bear-type dog in that corner.
Oh, yeah.
You went to have a look
in
at.
a cage, like, next door to it. Oh, it was massive.
I just wanted to hear these dogs. And it'll probably get worse in a minute as well. What? I am shitting my pants because if you've seen the size of some of these dogs that we've seen, there's one. Yeah. Listen. Fucking hell.
That's a big wall.
Yeah, I know. Look. They're literally just at the other side of that wall. I've never heard out like that before.
There's like hundreds of dogs in there.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Oh my god. Listen to that. It is massive. Look at the size of that. It's a good 6 foot long. And it's got a head like a bull. It's huge. Anyway, I need to get out of here and over that way. Oh god, it's coming. Hey, Jesus.
But I didn't see it because we'll come on to COVID in a bit, but when I was poorly towards the end, really poorly, you said there was just dead dogs at the side of the road. They were just running
Going
free.
back to the airport,
Yeah.
I must have seen after some dead dogs.
It's
been run over.
so sad. So I proper love dogs, but it's just they're overrun with them over there.
Yeah.
So the noises of the dogs barking. It was windy, so all the windows were banging in
Doors
there
were
as
banging.
well. Yeah, it were freaky place, really freaky place. But then we came to the thing that we'd been looking for.
Yeah.
Look at this. What a place is this? It's magnificent. And it's not just like this. Like if I stand here, it gives you a better idea, look, of how symmetrical they are. Going up from there. And all these little crappy rooms round it. And this is what's in the middle of it. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
So the stairs and it wasn't just the stairs. The stairs were amazing, but it was the glass in the bit, wasn't it? Was it
the dome
top?
bit?
Yeah, the dome. Yeah, at the top, just looked fantastic, and the photos we got were really good. Really,
we had a poster made, didn't we? Of those stairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Those on
When
it.
me sat on the other side,
Yeah.
I was sat on the other side, and I think were you down at the bottom?
They were down at the bottom.
I can't remember. How did we take it?
We could have been on bloody time. It was about 20 minutes to run around.
I know, to get all the way down those
I
stairs.
think it might have been just you, actually.
Maybe
sat
it
on
was.
On the,
Yeah, with my legs dangling. I can't remember. It'll be there's probably one of them in one of these drawers somewhere still. But it was very, what's it called when, like a mirror image. I don't mean mirror image though.
How symmetrical they are.
When something's exactly the same on both sides, it's...
How symmetrical they are.
Yeah,
yeah,
what's
it
it
went
called?
up and then that side.
Yeah, what's it called?
How symmetrical they are.
Not mirror image.
I don't know.
Symmetrical.
Like when it's aesthetically pleasing because one side of the face is the same as the other side of the face. It's...
Symmetrical.
It's the same.
Yeah, but what's the word? What's the word for it? Oh my God. If one half of the thing looks the same as the other half, it's symmetrical. Symmetrical. It was
symmetrical.
That's the word I was looking for. But it was, weren't it? Like you could
Yeah.
split it down the middle and it would look the same both sides.
Was it marble or stone?
I think maybe marble. I don't know. I can't remember now. There was just a random settee at the bottom of the stairs as well.
Yeah,
wasn't
'cause
there?
I was sat on that.
Yeah. What else? There were just very odd things. The entrance that you don't really see was really good as well. So, like underneath the stairs, I remember there being a really good entranceway to it. There's lots of bits that I wouldn't have expected, but those stairs just this. There's two sorts of explorers. There's YouTubers that go around and film stuff, and there's photographers. I think that place was more a photographer's place because that visually is like an iconic spot, I think. Do you know what I mean? Like, out of all the places we've been to, you might go to a really good abandoned house full of stuff, but visually to take photos, it might not be so great. Whereas that one, it was that one view was just immense. It was so good.
And then it's not just the setup. Look at how beautiful all these things are as well. Look at that. Is that a dragon? Is that a little dragon on the end there, look? And that one's got no head. But they're even round here, look. All the art. It's like, I don't know what period it would be because it's different to us, isn't it? Yeah. You can't like say, oh, it's Art Nouveau or art whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because they'd have their own periods of design and stuff, wouldn't they, over here?
Yeah, the other thing about the stairs was it wasn't just that the stairs were, like I say, symmetrical and white and everything. The detail around some of the bits on it, like fruit and stuff carved. I wonder if that building was for something else first. I don't think it was always for like it was full of scientific stuff. But there was that. There's a big library in there, weren't there?
Yeah. As
well, massive library, like thousands and thousands of books.
Books have just been left, haven't they? Just been strewn all over.
Exactly. I hate that. Like, don't get me wrong, I can't read Romanian, but somebody can, and it's a waste, isn't it? Like, books are knowledge, so I hate that.
I bet some of them were worth a bit.
Yeah, they probably were. But it was just, there was something else about that building that made me think it had come from something previous, like an old mansion house that had been converted into
Yeah.
something. Like, why would you put stairs as grand as that with that big dome at the top for a scientific building? Like, it sort of doesn't make sense, does it? I don't even know what era that building were from.
No.
I don't know. I think I sort of want to say 30s, but 20s, 30s, but I don't know whether it's older than that. I'm not sure.
Looks older, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't
Like
know whether
late
I don't know if it's that light though, the dome, that makes me think like Art Deco type design. But it's different in different countries. Like, you wouldn't get the same thing in every country, so it's hard to know really.
Could be from bloody 50s.
It could. Well, I was thinking as well, a lot of the stuff in there, the scientific thing, I remember one of the letters was from round about when you were born, like the 1966, that sort of time. But I reckon a lot of it will have been from Ceausescu. Have I got that right?
Ceausescu.
Nicolae Ceausescu. And he was like mid to late 60s through to the 80s. Because we'd been to that place, talking about the dogs, that was the, oh no, it wasn't where the dogs were. That was a fort, wasn't it? It was the prison, where we went to the prison where he was shot. Or was it the fort? One or the other anyway. We'd been to
Prison,
the place,
I think.
yeah, we'd been to the place where he'd been shot and killed by his own people. There was an uprising against him in the 80s. There's actually, have you ever seen the video of that, of him actually being shot?
No.
It's on the internet, him and his wife, they shoot them both. But I reckon a lot of the work that was done in there was done under his regime, because it was a proper dictatorship, weren't it, there? And if you, have you seen anything about Ceausescu?
No, I've only heard of him. And that's it.
So when they overthrew him, he was doing some big celebration speech to like the nation, and there were loads of people out. And when we went past where he was, you know, when we went to that big lake in Romania, when we first got there was a massive big lake, and we walked round it, and then there were people coming out of a nightclub, and we went in a taxi. Yeah. Which actually wasn't very far away from that location, because we did it on the day after that. Well, we walked past we could see a massive building, huge big building. Like, I think it was one of the biggest buildings in the world at the time, made out of concrete. It was a horrible, disgusting looking building. And he was up on one of the balconies of that, giving this big speech out. And then they overthrew him, grabbed him, and he tried to get away in an helicopter and didn't manage it, and they took him off and killed him. But it's weird, because I've seen history like that on the telly and on documentaries and stuff, and then you're there, and there's things to do with that era, and you think, fucking hell, it's weird. It's like, it's almost like not real, but it's real, if that makes sense.
I see a lot of documentary on Auschwitz, and then when you go.
Yeah, definitely. See, I want to go to Auschwitz. I know this has nothing to do with this video, but I want to go to Auschwitz. And I sort of want to make a video for people that haven't been, but I don't know whether it's the right thing. It was like when I went to the killing fields.
Yeah.
I do like dark history stuff. I don't like what's happened. Like, it made the killing fields made me cry, like proper cry, bawl my eyes out. But I think we do need to talk about dictators and murders, because it happens again. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of bad things going off, without being specific. There's a lot of bad things. I know, exactly. I've got to be careful. But there's a lot of bad stuff going on with certain countries and certain people at the moment. And you think, do we never learn? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think we ever will.
No, exactly. It just comes back round again. But I think the more you talk about stuff, then people don't go, oh yeah, he's got a good idea there. They don't realise people are pulling the wool over your eyes and making you look the other way while they're doing something bad over there. Do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. So, I don't know. I think that seeing places like that, where Ceausescu's been, like proper dictators, it makes you remember what you've got now is pretty good.
Yeah.
Until it isn't anymore. Do you know what I mean?
And shit hits the fan, and then we're in trouble again.
Yeah, and we have to try and stop that happening. But how do you stop that happening?
You're always going to get some greedy person in a different country who wants a bit of land.
Yeah, exactly, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was definitely of a different era, not just a different era, but just, it wasn't, how do I put this? It wasn't like you could see yourself living there. It was totally different to home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was so alien to home. It just felt weird. Do you know what I mean? I can't explain it. I think that's why it sort of felt Soviet, because it's so far removed.
Did feel like a Soviet country, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did.
Right. Oh, look at this. It's like a massive library, study area. It's been ravaged, this place, hasn't it? Someone's just gone through everything and just thrown it all over. All the books and everything. Look at it in here, though. There's some money's worth of stuff just thrown on the floor in here. Oh, books are expensive generally, aren't they? Especially like science-based ones and things like that.
Yeah.
Learning books.
When people go to university, I've got to get a job to pay for all my books. So
Yeah.
It must be expensive.
Yeah, they are. Just hundreds and hundreds of books. Thousands of books. It's crazy. And they're the ones I was talking about, look. They're like, 1998. October 1998. So they're like ledgers or records, aren't they, of something?
Okay.
So, I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, look, Andy, what's this? Hold it up to the light. Oh.
Just documents on...
Oh, is it thingy fish? Microfiche, yeah.
Not a small herring, but just a microfiche.
Just going back to that library, I think there wasn't just books in there, if I remember. There was other stuff as well, like recorded stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why it didn't feel just like, I don't know, like a testing lab. It felt like governmental. Yeah. It sounded like more than that and a bit dodgy and weird. Do you know what I mean? I think, what was it called, that stuff that you put, like you can go down to Sheffield Library and you can reel it along and look at it. What's it called? Do you know what I mean?
Like one of the big screen type things, but it magnifies it massively.
Yeah, it magnifies it, but you get it on almost like film and you move it along. What's it called?
Not microfilm.
Fish. Yeah.
Oh, he's a weatherman, isn't he?
That's Michael Fish. Oh, little tiny
microfish. Got the weather wrong, dickhead.
Good afternoon to you. Earlier on today, apparently a woman rang the BBC and said she heard that there was a hurricane on the way. Well, if you're watching, don't worry, there isn't.
London's counting the cost this morning of the strongest winds ever recorded here. Gusts reached hurricane force, well over 100 miles an hour.
He's never going to live that down.
He's not, is he? No.
But yeah, it had those things that you could move it on. Like, because you go... I've looked at them in the past in the UK to look at newspaper reports and stuff. They keep all those on there, don't they? But they've got loads of documents and things on microfiche over there in the library, so it wasn't just the books, it was stuff. I think it was a really interesting place. I think if you understood, if we got like a translator or something with us, it would have been really good for that.
Or about Google Translator.
Well, yeah, I don't think there was as much of like easy access to one. Like now, you can just literally just take a photograph of it and it'll do it. Whereas I don't think it was, even though it's only 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, I don't think it was as good.
No.
Like even when we went to Russia, I used that there and it were awkward. You could only get it on certain apps and you had to pay money for it.
Yeah.
Now you can just do it on your phone. So I think that's changed. But like I said, I just think there's loads of interesting stuff. There's big wardrobes and like worth money and stuff in there. There's loads of stuff that I think we probably overlooked because we were overawed by the stairs and the grandeur of that
Couldn't
bit.
make a lot of noise because the security
Couldn't
guard
go near the
outside.
windows, could we?
No.
But that brings us to getting out.
Anyway, we need to crack on and get out of here before we get caught. Right, we've had a problem. We've been caught. There's a man stood behind me with a dog. You got a dog? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's saying he's going to call the police. I don't know if you can hear me on camera. Andy, you ready to leg it? I'm not tempted. The thing is, he's just going to stand in the middle of the road. We can't get anywhere out unless we go, run.
Left.
No, leave the car altogether. Come back for it in a bit. Oh. Go right. Go right.
So, getting out. Jesus Christ. Like, we went out of a different way, didn't we?
Yeah, we had to unbarricade a window, didn't we, to get out?
Yeah.
And I think by doing that, made too much noise.
I don't know. I think he was just doing his rounds, me. Because there was a well-worn track, weren't there, around the outside. So I think we were just really unlucky. Maybe we were. Maybe it was the noise.
I think if we'd have gone out the same way as what we went in, we'd have been quicker.
I think I would have been dead. I think if I'd gone back out of that window, I wouldn't have made it back across. I'd just been a splatter on the floor. Maybe, yeah, I think we would have been quicker because we had to sort of dangle. It was dangerous to get out that window. I can't remember exactly.
Broken glass and stuff that we had to move.
Yeah, but I remember like putting my weight on something that I thought might break while I was putting my weight on it.
It was a pipe or something up running underneath the windowsill. We had to kneel on.
Yeah.
And then drop down.
It was really hard. I know it was really one of the hardest ones to get out of because then you weren't at floor level either.
No.
You were higher up, like maybe 8 foot off the floor, 8 foot off the floor or something.
A bit more.
Yeah. So
and
then
I broke my belt.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Sort of do remember that.
I had to buy a new one while we were over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. But
if you got caught on windowsill or something, it broke my metal bit.
Didn't he only initially catch one of us and then realise the other one was dangling out the window?
Yeah.
I seem to remember that.
You went down first.
Yeah. And he got me and I sort of took his attention away from you while you were dangling out the window.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You come with me, come with me."
Police.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to.
Shit.
Yeah, we're like, fucking hell. First day in Romania.
First explore, first day.
Yeah,
arrested.
We're going to get arrested, and it's the Romanian police, which scare the fuck out of me anyway.
Yeah.
Places like that. Like, I don't mind it so much in France, Germany, places like that, because it's not so bad, but you don't understand them at all. There's no understanding there. So then we were marched round to the front of the building, although it was the shittest way of trying to control us I've ever seen.
You're about 15, 20 foot in
You're
front.
just legging it off and going, "You come, we're police."
Dog weren't even on the lead. You weren't even nasty.
No, it weren't. You were a lovely little dog. Although we were sort of shitting ourselves over the dog. I don't know why, but we were. And then that were it. We got up to that little bit where it turned onto the proper driveway, didn't it?
Yeah, at the front.
Yeah, and his office was off to the right, and we looked at each other, went, "Go left, leg it left," and we just fucking, we proper legged it
Underneath the chain. What were?
Yeah, and we went. I got jeans on, I think. I feel like I got jeans
Did you
on.
got jeans and you were carrying the bag?
Yeah, so I got about 100 meters and like, I'm fucked.
I got about 110 and I fucked.
God. We've legged it. We seem to have got away from it. But I can hear police sirens. So we need to get a shift. We don't usually run away. But when you're abroad, you don't know what's going to happen. Wow. We've just literally got ourselves lost running around the streets. Finally got ourselves a drink. Even though we were little, I thought he were going to catch us at one point. He were coming, we weren't giving up. And then all of a sudden we just turned up a little side street and disappeared, didn't we? And I think he lost us there. But
when he whistled,
setting the dogs.
I thought that's it, dogs are on us.
Yeah.
To be fair though, his leg, you were only little.
Yeah.
You were only a little bloke. His legs must have been shagged trying to run after us
I don't
anyway.
think he even bothered. Because I heard him whistle and I thought he was whistling dog.
Yeah.
I thought, oh shit, dog's going to come and drag us down. Even that didn't bother.
And then we sort of did a little lap round a couple of streets.
Yeah.
We daren't go back for the car for ages.
Went round to a
Didn't we get
shop,
a drink?
bought a drink.
Yeah. Shit, like, we were both like this, proper shaking. And I don't know why, because we're used to running away from people, but it's that abroad thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But then, once we got in the car and we got away, I just remember feeling buzzing, like, proper, like, wow, this is so good. I actually love being caught, up to a point.
I do.
It's that adrenaline buzz, do you know what I mean?
Like when I got caught in Italy, but you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't bother me whatsoever.
Yeah. Fucking me, I panicked more than you. You got caught. I'm running round on roofs, falling off and all sorts.
Hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Getting barcode on your arm.
Still there now, look. It's not gone. But yeah, it was good. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It's such a shame that the Romania, because I look back at Romania as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. Because I was, I don't think anyone knows more than you how poorly I was that trip.
Because I was poorly.
Yeah.
And then I got right a little bit. And then...
I felt guilty though, because I felt like you helped me out, and I felt like I didn't help you at all.
I ended up being your nursemaid, didn't I?
Yeah.
Finding you paracetamol and ibuprofen. And
That was one of the only times we've ever argued as well. And we had a bit of time where we sort of didn't speak very much.
Yeah.
Because it was the music. Oh, that's another thing. We did the music video in that place, didn't we?
Yeah.
In the one with the big stairs. But I don't know which music video it was.
Like a prayer.
Oh, because it didn't get finished and we had to fill bits of it once we got back.
Yeah.
But I wanted you to do some video when we were at
Hide and seek.
Yeah, at Dracula's castle, and you were just not up for it because you were poorly.
I didn't have the strength or the motivation or anything to be running about.
And I was just a proper dick to you. I was like, fucking, you need to do it. We need to be doing these things while we're away. But I think we were both in a shit place at that point anyway. Where was the bit where you felt the worst, poorly wise? Was it at Dracula's castle? Because I know that...
I think, because I was about 2 or 3 days leading up to, 2 days leading up to it, and then that's when I was really lethargic.
Yeah.
I had no energy or anything, and we had to try and make a video in Dracula's castle just as a touristy thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh.
We didn't feel like what it were, when we were filming, we'd go along, we'd film it, and the second the filming stopped, we were like, just dead again.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of locations where we went, I can't do it. We just can't go.
I think last 3 days we didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you were so knackered and
Couldn't
ill,
do anything.
laid in bed.
When we got off when we went to the plane, and I couldn't even go from filling that form in to where we were going to the gate.
Yeah.
I was struggling, weren't I, to go.
I had to run to the plane.
Tell them
we're here.
Yeah.
And that you're on your way and that you're walking.
Luckily, I slept all the way back.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I think it would have been apparent that I was really poorly. Because then when we got off the plane, I couldn't even go to the car.
No, I had to go and get the car.
You had to bring the car to me. I was that bad. I've never been that poorly.
I drove majority of the way home as well, didn't I?
Yeah. And then after that, so like for you, I think you were poorly when we got home as well.
Yeah, I was poorly a few days later. I spent 4 days in bed.
Yeah.
You spent about 2 weeks in
I
bed.
was 2 weeks, like literally didn't leave my room for 2 weeks other than to go to the toilet. And the amount of times I fainted in my house from coughing, like proper passed out. I think I was close to being dead, me. I really, really do. I think if it'd been much worse, because I was just bringing my insides up or having fucking fever dreams about you being the devil over and over again.
Hated me.
I did. I hated you. I absolutely hated you. And it had changed, my brain changed because of it. Oh, weird thing, COVID.
Yeah.
Really affected me badly though, really did. Every time I had it, even when I had the booster thing, I was really poorly. So, but yeah, good explore, but for one main thing, really, I think that was the thing. So, anyway, we will try and do some more of these, both of us together, because I think it's better having both perspectives. Yeah, so I will try and do some more of these next time. Obviously, Andy's here when we're doing the podcast. If you're not on the podcast on Patreon, you need to get on it because there's some good subjects coming up, isn't there?
Yeah.
You've just filmed the second episode, which will be out in July. So you'll be able, if you sign up now, it's $2, which is like £1.48. £1.48 a month. That's like less than a coffee these days,
Good,
isn't it?
yeah.
So yeah, £1.48. You'll get last month's podcast. It's not like you only get this month's. You can go back and watch last month's.
Yeah.
You can watch this one. So you can. It's good. It's good, and there's going to be some more good stuff on there as well.
And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe because that's free.
Oh yeah, and we're only at the point of filming 245 subscribers away from 70,000. So close. So close. So please help out with that if nothing else.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Right, love you all. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Get them up your arse, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I just think it's to sit the test tubes on. Or
You're going to do that hand thing one more time?
one of those.